Today I wanted to talk about 5 tips to help you get the best streaming experience through your Wi-Fi network. I often find that most people's issues with streaming comes down to their Wi-Fi network, and that even counts for when one service works fine and another doesn't. Some services like Netflix in particular seed different ISPs, internet service providers, with servers that sit right inside their local networks and allow you to get the best streaming experience on a slower network. The problem is with live TV streaming services, especially, is because they're live, because they're trying to keep their delay so low, they can't seed out everywhere. Netflix isn't trying to stream something live. They can have it sitting in a hard drive in your ISP's network without problems. Where a live TV service needs to keep it on their network because they're streaming it live with the least amount of delay. That means live TV needs a little bit faster speed than a on-demand version. So that I find is the number one reason that people see a lot of buffering, even when they say one service works fine and the other doesn't, is poor Wi-Fi performance. A strong Wi-Fi network will give you far better speeds than a weak one. The good news is you can do a lot of simple, free, easy to do tips to improve the speed of your Wi-Fi network and especially the strength of your Wi-Fi network around your home. So I wanted to kind of dive in here and give you a few tips on how to improve your Wi-Fi speed by improving your Wi-Fi strength. The number one tip is the location of your router. It is very important that you place your router preferably in the center of your home because the center of your home is the best spot. As you can see in this diagram, this is a Netgear Orbi look with 2 different devices, but you can see each one has kind of a bubble around it. And that bubble is the optimal speed around it. So placing your router in the center of your home is the best because that allows the best possible coverage around your home. What you don't want to have is your router in one side of the home and then your living room TV where you do most of your streaming on the far side. And while it may be connected, it may only get 2 or 3 bars, and that's going to give you a much slower performance than a 5-bar connection would. So keep that in mind. In the center of your home is always best, and experiment a little bit with the location. Number 2, keep your Wi-Fi router away from metal and other electronics whenever possible. This doesn't mean that they need to be miles away. Even keeping them a few feet away could help improve it. Metal and other electronics can block or greatly reduce the signal of a Wi-Fi network. I often find people try to put antennas behind 2 things that seem to really block them: refrigerators and TVs. So keep in mind that you don't have to be far away, but I wouldn't put your Wi-Fi router directly behind a refrigerator, even on top of it if you have a basement where you want Wi-Fi signal also. So play around with it. Move it around, experiment. Avoid TVs. A lot of people like to hide them behind their TV. While your TV is metal and electronics, when it's running it, it can decrease the performance of your Wi-Fi. The other thing that people don't think of a lot is they mount them, they get their TV mounted on the fireplace and then they mount the Wi-Fi router there. Well, modern fireplaces have a metal lining on the inside of them. I often see this with TV antennas too, is they put their TV antenna behind their TV, which is between the TV and the chimney. So you got the TV blocking the TV signal and you got the chimney blocking the Wi-Fi signal. So try to get them away from metal, get them away from electronics. Even by a few feet can help the signal go around them. The worst part is when you put them right up on top of each other. Number 3 is use the 5 gigahertz network. You probably see multiple networks on your router, a 2.4 gigahertz and a 5 gigahertz. You probably see them like my Wi-Fi network / 5G. That's the 5 gigahertz network. It offers a far better streaming experience. It's a newer standard that's been around for a while now, but it is recommended for gaming, streaming, laptops, that kind of stuff. The 2.4 gigahertz has better range, but it will give you a far slower speed, which will affect your ability to stream. So quickly, an example here, I've used this before, but the top result here is running on a 5G network. The ones below it, the 3 below it, are running on a 2.4 gigahertz network, all with strong signal, all in the same network spot, testing this out. But as you can see, one is getting 70 and the other ones are at best getting 13 down. So the ability to go to 5G whenever possible is highly recommended. It won't have quite the penetration of the 2.4 gigahertz, but within a home, for most people, it's plenty powerful enough and will give you a far better streaming experience. So keep that in mind. Whenever possible, use the 5 gigahertz network. Number 4, upgrade your router. Now, a couple things right off the bat. Buying a new one, if you have an N or a G network router, especially, it may be time to upgrade. If your router is 3-4 years old, it may not be a bad idea to upgrade to the new AC standard. Far better range, far better speed, much more capable of handling multiple devices. There's something a lot of people don't think about. They buy a cheap Wi-Fi router. It's only designed to handle 5 to 10 devices maybe. And you may easily nowadays, you got a couple of Alexas, your kids have tablets, cell phones, game systems, smart TVs, streaming players. Before you know it, you got 10, 12, 20 devices in your home connected. And your Wi-Fi router may not be made to handle that many devices, especially if it's an N and really if it's a G. So the new AC standard will handle more devices. It will do a better job of handling streaming also. But even if you don't want to upgrade, I recommend you go into your router and check out if you have an update for the software. Many Wi-Fi router manufacturers, Netgear, Linksys, etc., will release updates that will improve Wi-Fi performance, fix bugs, help tweak some settings in it. If you're not sure how to log into your Wi-Fi router or how to update it, look at your router. At the bottom of it, there's probably a sticker that says like Netgear model number, whatever. Type that into Google, type in login or type in update, and you should find detailed instructions on how to log in and detailed instructions on how to update it. And I do find that is well worth it if you haven't done that in a year or more. Number 5 is my number 1 tip for the best streaming experience. Really isn't Wi-Fi. Whenever possible, use an Ethernet cable. Now, Wi-Fi is great and should be more than capable of streaming great, clear, Netflix, Hulu, Sling, DirecTV Now, etc., PlayStation Vue. But if you have the option, Ethernet is always best. And I find it, a lot of people do this. They put their Wi-Fi router in the same room as their TV, but they don't bother to run the cable, an Ethernet cable to it, even if it's only like 3 feet away. So take the time, run the Wi-Fi cable, or use Wi-Fi if you have to, run the Ethernet cable when you can, and you get a far better experience. Well, there you go. 5 quick and easy tips to get the best possible streaming experience. Number 1, location. Number 2, keep away from metal electronics. Number 3, use the 5G or 5 gigahertz network. You will find a much better streaming experience. Number 4, upgrade your router. And number 5, use Ethernet whenever possible. Questions, comments, let me know. If you have other cord cutting related questions, join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm right here on YouTube and on Facebook Live at the same time answering your cord cutting related questions. We will do our best to help you get the most out of your cord cutting experience every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and hopefully we've helped you be able to get the most out of your streaming experience.